Now, the Florian Wirtz deal has been something that we have been talking about for some time now. A lot of things have been covered. We have covered so much over what is happening over the deal. We have heard so many things from Germany outlets like Blade, like Sky Germany, and even some of the credible journalists in David Ornstein, Fabrizio Ramon, so many as well. Even our local journalists like, for example, Steels. The other one is a lot of the Liverpool journalists. I'm not going to get into those ones, people. But what I'm talking about is this. This deal has been covered for some time now, that every single time we've always been hearing so much about how far the deal is going. Some people telling in Germany, they're telling us that some of the bets that Liverpool have put have been, like, they've been, like, Leverkusen has refused them, which of course it was confirmed, but also they talk about what the players demanding from Liverpool, which is always important. And if you were watching, I dropped the video earlier on the Football Connect, but it was supposed to be the Football Connect LFC. The reason why I did that is just try to bring the people, audience, their side. But what I'm talking about is this. They said that Florian Wirtz wanted a number 10 jersey at Liverpool, coming to Liverpool. That was Sky Germany. And of course, because we live for that, we believed them. And we moved on like this, because remember, is it yesterday or when Fabrizio Ramon, or no, I think it was, is it Sasha whatever, something like that, the journalist that I forgot, but he's one of the people who actually broke this news from the beginning. And what he said was this: Liverpool and Leverkusen are still talking in terms of details of how this deal will actually look like and how it will stand like. But one thing that he mentioned, which was really important, he said that the player has actually reminded Leverkusen of how much he wants to come to Liverpool. Of course, the reason why I'm mentioning that is because it will make sense when I try to talk about some of the things that has come in now on the Football Connect. Of course, a lot of people have already seen it because it has been the breaking news, which is something that has come straight from the player himself. Now, let me read what Florian Wirtz had to say on his status. So this is what Florian Wirtz said. Who says I want the number 10 jersey? Of course, I respect players. Don't believe everything what's written. That is really important. And they put a clown emoji face. Now, usually a player doesn't like to talk about things that are happening, especially when a deal of this magnitude is happening, because it's a matter of fighting for power between the clubs, if you understand what I mean. We're looking at Liverpool, who are trying to get the best deal for themselves. We're looking at Leverkusen, who are also trying to get the best deal for themselves from their prized position. And usually the player keeps quiet because he doesn't want to disturb in terms of how the situation is going, because everything is between the club, then you can move. But whenever a player comes out and says this, he's literally confirming, coming out straight on live media and telling the world that whatever you're going to say, I'm going to Liverpool, but I'm not going to demand what the people are saying. I'm not going to be demanding in the number 10 years, because I know that somebody is already wearing it, a player that I respect, somebody is going to be my teammate, somebody that I'm going to work with. Why would I want to jeopardize a relationship which I'm going to be creating by trying to come and take a jersey from a player because I'm the most expensive signing? I respect players. That's what Florian Wirtz has said. Now, because we are crazy fandoms, crazy people on social media, seeing this thing in our head, we're like, eyeball, this guy just confirmed he's coming to Liverpool. Because remember some of the things that has been going on over the social media, especially around the Liverpool fan base. We have been worried that this deal of Florian Wirtz might just be a hoax from the club. It may never happen. It may never come into fruition. We can never see this happening. Now the main man himself has come out and confirmed that he is not going to come and try and take a jersey from one of these colleagues that he's going to be playing against. What does this mean to us? It's just saying that, okay, Witz is ready for the medicals, which we've been always been told. It means that all along, Fabrizio Romano has always been correct because he kept on telling and emphasizing that the player is waiting for the green light because he wants to do the medicals. And we saw that plane that we talked about yesterday. Or go check it out. The video is on the Football Connect, of course. Go check it out, the video, and you understand what I mean. A plane which went close to the camping site of where Florian Wirtz and the German team is, of coming from Manchester, of course, meaning that coming from Liverpool. Is it a sign of maybe the medical doctors who have gone there so that they can go do the medical test of Florian Wirtz there? Maybe it already happened today. Never know. Maybe that's what gave him the audacity to actually start talking about this. This kid has been going through so many emotions, by the way, Florian Wirtz. I don't know. I think he had 3 or 4 picture changes or today of himself. Maybe that's a sign that something has happened that is actually advanced this deal to a close-up than what we actually know when we're looking it from the naked eye. Maybe something has actually happened that is showing that if Florian visits to Liverpool, it's a situation of just being confirmed, but it looks like it is done. We don't know, people, but that's why we're here for it. We love this, and whenever a player comes in, it just makes everything exciting. And on top of that, after that already happened, Blaine started talking again. Fabrizio Ramon started talking about again. I'm just going to read what they were saying to you, then I'll give you my final thoughts before I move on to the other news, because we do have other news to talk about when it comes to Liverpool. So Blaine says that information, negotiations between Leverkusen and Liverpool are still on the verge of completion. Both teams will find an agreement as soon as possible. Then information, Leverkusen's favor information that in Leverkusen's favor, Michael Edward has received the approval from FSG to spend about 150 million euro from the Bundesliga club. That's what they believe. Then that one that came again from Blendy. They said that Florian Wirtz is expected to become the top earner at Liverpool. Is not expected to become the top earner at Liverpool. That will be Mohamed Salah. Wirtz is expected to earn between 16 to 18 million a year, which is around 326 to 359 new pounds, of course, a week, depending on the achievements and the success. That's what. So we have now been given a confirmation of the money he's going to be making. They're not talking about the personal deal. What does that mean to us? Is it giving us an idea that something has already happened on the other side? Information. Leverkusen granted Arne Slot permission to talk to Florian Wirtz back in March. That's how these guys are determined that they don't want Bayern Munich to get their players. They were looking for a club which were really serious. That's why they granted the Slot the opportunity to talk to this player when we already won the league. I think that's when we started losing a lot, because the manager was focusing on talking only with his superstars, his new future stars and stuff like that. We're not going to get into that because we're wasting time. But information, Bayern Munich were too considerate with Witz's father, and the agent wanted, as they were leaning towards staying in the Bundesliga, but ultimately underestimating that Florian Wirtz would have made his own decision, and his decision was Liverpool. That's been talking. Whenever the German paper talk, people, they do talk, by the way. The most likely candidate to succeed Wirtz at Leverkusen is Nico Perez. Is expected to play for Madrid in the Club World Cup under Alonso and then go to Bayern Leverkusen. That's an interesting one. I did not know that one, but that's what we're being told. Then an important update that came from Fabrizio Romano. Remember I told you that Fabrizio did talk, and he said Florian Wirtz is going to be to Liverpool. The deal is almost closed. There are negotiations. They're negotiating the last details. That's what Fabrizio Romano keeps telling us and keeps giving us an update over that the deal is almost done and it's just a matter of dying time. So there's some information which came out earlier on today, and this was Santi talking about something. He said that now we are done with the Florian Wirtz. I have to make that clear. So Santi was talking about Ryan Cherky, as he said that Ryan Cherky is Liverpool's plan B behind Florian Wirtz. The Reds are interested in. That's what happens. And of course, he also explained that Man City are going to try to move fast on that deal because they are afraid of any thing that can change when Dortmund trying to get into the situation of Liverpool. But that's what we're being told. The other news that is happening is that El Nasser are set to approach Liverpool over Luis Diaz. This is according to Ben Jacobs, by the way, for confirming what Fabrizio Romano has been talking about over the past 3 weeks. And so they're saying El Nasser are going to approach Liverpool over Luis Diaz after receiving a central approval to make a bid. So that approval, of course, might have come from the player and the player's camp. So to make a bid, and it could rise to 71 million pounds. This according to Ben Jacobs, that El Nasser are moving forward to try to get Luis Diaz. We have always been talking about Diaz could be leaving Liverpool. It looks like that could be actually be happening, people. And then news guy from, I think it's Portugal, called Foot Lucas, came out and said, breaking news, Liverpool are ready to listen to offers for Diogo Jota. According to reports, the club are prepared to sell Jota to make way for a new talent. That's what we are being told. I don't know how true is that, but that's what we're being told. And Kelleher to Brentford was officially confirmed by Liverpool in Brentford, as he has already signed a 5-year contract. According to what we're being told, Liverpool did show that he has left and what has happened here. And you can see that Liverpool really showed that they were really excited about what he has done. But yes, he is leaving and he will be playing, of course, where he goes. So it's going to be interesting to see how that situation plays out. And yeah, I think that's all we have for you this week, this day, in terms of the transfers and everything that has been covered. I'm just waiting for that Florian Wirtz deal to be done because I have a lot of things to talk about, people. I'm excited. The transfers in the first 10 days have been exciting. I'm going to go back to cover some other things. But right now for Liverpool, that's what's happening. Don't forget to like the video. And don't forget to, subscribe to the Football Connect LFC. And of course, just to show me that you've reached the end, I want you to write in the comment section, and this is really important, that does this reminds you of the Konate deal? So just write Konate deal. The reason why I'm saying that, the last time when we had a player who actually announced himself being a Liverpool player, without yet the club doing it, was Konate when he made his own intro video of becoming a Liverpool player. That's what it feels like Vitz just did with that comment. So I want you to write at the comment section, just say that, just like Konate, just like Konate. That'll mean a lot to me. The world, I'll be watching every comment section. Like the video, subscribe to Connect. Thank you very much for watching. I've been your awesome. And I'll see you on another one. We're out. Peace. Subscribe to the Connect.